Hi, everybody. This is Jonathan. I'm the nurse practitioner student. Remember that I'm trying to do these so that I can learn to become a better nurse practitioner. You can learn to become a better patient and a more informed patient, and that you can hopefully go into the doctor's office and say, hey, I found this stuff out. What do you think? Let me know. Comment below. It's been a while since I've done some videos, but I've made a promise to myself that even though I had a little bit of confidence issues, fantastic. Let's kick butt. Let's produce. Let's do this thing. I'm focused. I'm ready. I'm here. I'm going to go over a study. That way that I can learn and you can learn, and we're not going to be ignorant, because ignorant is not bliss. There was a study out of China, 2006. The protective effect of ginkgo biloba leaf extract on learning and memory deficit induced by aluminum. Now, aluminum is highly neurotoxic. Alzheimer's studies have suggested that abnormal accumulation can be found in Alzheimer's patients. It is extremely toxic. The main ginkgo ingredients are flavonoid glycoside and diterpena lactone. I can't pronounce those words. Ginkgo has been shown to be an antioxidant, a nerve protection agent, and a platelet aggregation inhibitor. That's very important. I will get back to that later on in my discussion. In this study, they did a control model and they used rats. Rats were fed through a gastric tube aluminum chloride solution, and then they were fed through a gastric tube ginkgo biloba, either 50, 100, or 200 milligrams per kilogram every day for 2 months. The rats performed spatial learning and something called a Morris water maze test. Here's another big word. Acetylcholinesterase is a neurotransmitter that was tested with these rats, and images of the hippocampus were taken. That's part of the brain that they think has aluminum congregation or aluminum accumulation. And so what they have found and what they have concluded through many charts and graphs, very good done study, very well put together, the conclusion was that ginkgo can help ameliorate learning and memory deficit brought on by aluminum. Ameliorate's a big word. It means to make better or to become better. So in other words, ginkgo biloba helped learning and memory deficits. It helped buffer that when they take aluminum. Now, we're exposed to aluminum all the time. We're exposed to aluminum in our deodorant. And from a nurse practitioner perspective, we want to limit the amount of aluminum because of the toxic effects that aluminum can have on our nerves and our brains. So be careful. Look at the deodorant that you're using. See if it has aluminum in it. It's not good. Be careful about aluminum in deodorant. The thing about ginkgo, it comes from a tree, very potent platelet aggregation inhibitor. In other words, it can make you bleed. The interesting thing is that platelet can also be inhibited by aspirin. And so my thinking is, as a nurse practitioner, should I give my patients aspirin, 81 milligrams, baby aspirin, or should I give them ginkgo biloba? Now, my thinking, when I sit down, I'd have to discuss it more, I'd have to research it more, but my initial thought is, well, if ginkgo can improve memory deficit and learning, and it can also reduce platelet aggregation, that's 2. Aspirin can only do platelet aggregation, that's 1. In my book, 2 is always better than 1. So let's do ginkgo instead of aspirin. Now, of course, we need to be careful with other anticoagulant therapies. Always talk to your cardiologist. Always discuss what in the world am I taking and why am I taking it. because when you take something, it is important to understand how it affects you and how it works in your system. So always figure out the bleed risk is real with ginkgo. Be careful of other anticoagulant therapies. Very interesting study. Ginkgo can ameliorate learning and memory deficit brought on by aluminum. Fantastic. Once again, I do this as a learning tool. I do this as a student. If you want to donate Bitcoin or Dash, I will take it. Thank you very much. If you would like to subscribe, feel free. I will be producing more of these. I've made it a very definitive part of my life. I'm going to produce more. I'm going to put more out there. Thank you very much. Bye, everybody.